Welcome in everybody to Fantasy Pros. This is the fantasy live stream. It's almost the trade deadline, and Andrew Erickson is here to help all of us. Andrew Erickson and I are here right now hanging out with all of you. Drop your comments, your questions below. Last time to make trades. I really was enjoying that groove of that commercial, Andrew. Just saying, like, I don't know if you were hanging out there and behind the scenes dancing, bopping a little bit, but I was.
I was trying to figure out what song is this. That's what I need to know.
It was a banger, though.
It was a bang. I need to add that to my TikTok rotation.
Yes. Things that we say now. Things we add to our TikTok rotation. All right, everybody. So again, the trade deadline is looming. Things are moving very quickly. Also, some news to get to at the top of the show also, because Anthony Richardson is back, and Debro and Erickson were adding him in every single league I'm in with them, running to the waiver wire like little children, so happy. Oh, it's goodness. It's a snow day, everyone. Let's go outside and play again with Anthony Richardson. So let's talk about it. Your expectations. They're throwing him back to the Wolves against the Jets. I don't know why, particularly, like what has changed here and what our expectations are. Your thoughts?
Yeah, it's kind of weird, honestly, because it seemed like Shane Steichen was very gung-ho, very, hey, we're sticking with Joe Flacco. Joe Flacco's going to be our guy. We played Joe Flacco for 2 weeks, and I would say not great matchups either against the Vikings and Bills, two tougher pass defenses. So seeing the Colts struggle, I think, was kind of predictable. Even if it had been Richardson or Joe Flacco, I don't think either quarterback would have necessarily played well. So, I mean, it's not great for Flacco that he doesn't get a chance at his revenge game with the New York Jets, and I think a little bit more of a softer matchup. But I think that at this point, maybe this was more disciplinary about Richardson, about the, hey, tap me out, and him not being the QB1 for the team and maybe sitting him down for 2 weeks was more about that and less about, hey, Flacco is really giving our team the best chance to win. So, look, there's nowhere to go but up with Anthony Richardson. He needs reps, and when you look at the Jets defense, they are reeling right now. So, again, it's two teams that are kind of trying to figure out, hey, do we have a shot at the end of the year? The Jets, they're not good. They have been really bad.
Problem spelling the word Jets. Is that what's happening here?
Having some issues, but I think that the Colts are kind of interesting. I think Richardson, again, I think he's worth putting on your bench if he's available on waivers, just to kind of see, hey, did he improve with these 2 weeks off as he was sitting, kind of learning under Flacco? I don't know. I kind of want to see how things shake out. So I'm cool with stashing him.
All right. Speaking of quarterback news, Trevor Lawrence is not playing this week with the shoulder issue. No surprise there. We saw Isaiah Pacheco was activated from the IR, but again, is not going to be playing this week. So just because they're designated to return doesn't mean that they're actively going to play. We learned that the hard way last week with Nico Collins, everybody. Also, I just saw this a few hours ago, and it kind of just popped in my brain here. And I wanted to share it on the show because from a dynasty perspective, this seems important. JJ McCarthy underwent a second knee surgery because there was, I guess, some swelling and some other issues with the recovery. So that's not great. Don't love that. So dynasty shares of JJ McCarthy, a little tenuous here for the Minnesota Vikings. But the one thing that's not tenuous, the one thing that we got on lockdown is helping all of you make trades. So again, super chats are right now officially on. It's 3:07. The first 10 minutes of super chats, we're going to get to all of them guaranteed. After that, all bets are off. So get them in early, folks. Joe Fiore, start James Cook or Dowdle, 8-2. Thanks, pros.
James Cook. Easy.
Done. Look at that. Easy. From one Andrew to another. Full PPR. CeeDee and Nick Chubb for Ken Walker. You want to make that deal?
Yes, I do. Bye-bye, CeeDee.
Right. All right. CeeDee Lamb is gone. Avram, always here on the show. Avram, a very loyal listener of the show. We appreciate you, Avram. Thank you so much for the advice each week. You're welcome. Who should I start at flex? Brian Robinson Jr., who's trending towards playing, it looks like. Meyers, Higgins, or Shakir. Also, should I pick up Irving or Dowdle and drop Swift or Brian Robinson Jr.? I'm not dropping Swift or Brian Robinson Jr. Do you agree?
I would drop Swift for Bucky Irving.
Swift for Irving? Okay. And then who do you want to start at the flex this week? I would start Brian Robinson tomorrow night and just get him out there.
I agreed. He's got the most touchdown equity out of those guys.
I like me some touchdowns. Dylan, hi, pros. Should I do Evans and Ladd for A.J. Brown? If you can, good for you. I don't think you can. Good luck with that.
Yep. Go for it, Dylan.
I mean, you can send it. You might get laughed out of the room. Avram, again, start Ridley or Meyers, Higgins or Shakir. Ridley over Meyers. I mean, Ridley has been getting a lot of targets. I got to say, I thought it was going to be a 1 week wonder kind of thing. It hasn't been. Higgins, we still don't have definitive word yet. Meyers also been a target hog. So where do you want to go here?
Isn't Shakir the safest guy? I mean, he's the one that Josh Allen knows the most, knows the best. Really can be boomer bust. I don't love his matchup. Meyers has Minshew. Higgins, we don't know if he's healthy or not. I mean, right now, I'm just going to probably just play Shakir.
All right, just plain Shakir. Let's go to Mitchell's question here. Hey, pros, I got offered Komet and Downs for Dallas Goedert. No, hard pass.
Yes, correct.
Jaden Daniels for Saquon. Well, it depends on what you're left with a quarterback. But as long as, you know what?
I don't care.
Scratch that. Even if you have the stream quarterback and you're off the waiver wire, I do it.
You're getting the number one player potentially for a quarterback.
Right. Puka for Aaron Jones and Pearsall. I want to be on the Puka side of that deal.
Puka. Aaron Jones, these injuries he's not getting healthier as the season progresses.
Thanks, Chev. Look at that. Chev saying nice things. We appreciate when people say nice things in the chat. Jess, she said some nice things in the chat here. Jesse J, Detroit, Denver, or Philly defense rest of season? That is a deeper question here. So Denver's got a pretty good schedule ahead of it for the next couple weeks. So I favor Denver. Any thoughts here for you?
I don't like attaching myself to one defense rest of the season because I think that it's just better to play matchups. But yeah, Denver's the best real life defense and they have a good schedule. So that's the one I would roll with. I don't think that they've had their bye week though yet. So Philly has already had their bye week. So just keep that.
That's the only difference. They haven't, but they've got teams like the Raiders. I know because I just picked up Denver in a league. I was looking ahead. I was like, who can I pick up that I like for the next couple weeks here? And yes, there's a bye still upcoming, but I want to pick up a defense that I can stream for a couple weeks and feel good about, and then make sure I'm in the playoffs. John Miller, thanks Jesse, by the way, for joining us every day. John Miller, Jeff, Goff and Nabers, or Josh Allen, Amari Cooper, and Goedert. What side do you want to be on?
This one's tough. Do you have a lean anyway here?
Yeah, I'm leaning towards the Allen Cooper Goedert mix. I just think Allen has more big game potential with his legs. Hopefully Cooper being healthy now, maybe we start to see him roll a little bit, especially with the Keon Coleman health being negative. And then you're getting the tight end on top of that, which has been tricky this year. So I think it's close, but I think I would lean towards Allen Cooper and Goedert.
Yeah, I think it's close. I think as well, because Nabers can't help you this week. So if you need bodies this specific week, he's not going to help you. We have a question mark We have question marks about the quarterback in New York. Who is going to be? We don't know. Maybe Drew Lock's an upgrade. Maybe he's not. That's probably the most likely scenario where it doesn't actually make a difference. Whereas with Allen, you get the Bills stack. And I just like the idea of having Amari Cooper in my fantasy playoffs with Josh Allen, because Amari Cooper, we saw him last year score 50 points in the fantasy playoffs and win you a week. And I think having him in your arsenal just can make a huge difference. So, and Jared Goff plays the Bears in the fantasy football championships on the road outside, which I don't love.
Bears. All right, let's get to Dylan's question. Trade Garrett Wilson for Zay and Jauan Jennings.
Ooh.
That's tricky here. I think to have the depth, especially upcoming weeks here, Jennings has passed his bye. Baltimore's not passed their bye.
No,
so that's
neither of the Jets. There. So I mean, if you need more starters, yeah, I'm doing this because you can start.
If you need the bodies, I get it.
Week.
I get it. By the way, speaking of Locke, what do you think you would get out of Locke if he was indeed the starter and that's where things are going?
I think it'd be just the same as Daniel Jones, except maybe you get more passing volume because Drew Lock doesn't run as much, and that would be it. I think you're going to get the same amount of inaccurate targets, to be totally honest.
Same inaccurate targets.
I think maybe just more passing volume just because Drew Lock's not going to run. So, but if that makes the offense worse, then you're seeing less touchdowns. So again, I don't think volume was ever a concern with Nabers or any of these Giants receivers, but you know that Drew Lock, at least he knows what the game plan is going to be. Throw it to Nabers.
There you go, everybody. Just throw it to Nabers. I mean, that's pretty much all you can do right now. Let's go to Ishmael. I have London, Tyreek Hill, Hopkins, and my RBs Connor, Chase Brown, Estime, and Mason. Would you trade Tyreek for Ridley and Bucky? I know Tyreek's been a disappointment. Is this where we want to be at?
No, I want more than. If they're playing the Raiders this week, I would want more than Ridley and Bucky. I think it's. Right. I think he's a fair guy to trade away, but not for that.
Next up here is Andrew's question: Hubbard, Stevenson, or Chubb rest of season?
Stevenson.
It's hard not to. I mean, all three I think are valuable. To be honest with you, I think they're all pretty decent. Let's go to Cray Rodriguez, PPR, tight end premium flex Downs, Goedert, or Quentin Johnston.
Oh man, So he would have been
QJ's
easy.
been pretty good with the touchdown equity. I'm going to take QJ against the Cincinnati Bengals. I think that's the best scenario. I really do. He's been good. He really has. He was left for dead coming into the 2024 fantasy season. People wanted nothing to do with him. And now look at him.
I mean, he just finds ways to get behind broken coverages and defense and get wide open for touchdowns because that's
and
a lot of
what are
he's
the
done.
Cincinnati Bengals good at?
They're not good. So, I mean,
right.
it's
giving up those kind of touchdowns.
It sucks that we just can't say Josh Downs because we know that, but Richardson is playing quarterback again, so you can't play Josh Downs. So, yeah, by default, that makes QJ the play.
Complete Sports, how's it going? Great to see you all. I just traded Derrick Henry for Achane and Nakua. Interesting. Okay. What do you think? Also, who should I start? Pick 2, AJ Brown, Pickens, and Nico Collins. I'm starting Brown and Pickens. I want to wait and see what Nico does first game back. But I don't love trading Derrick Henry, to be honest. Now, I know he's got a bye coming up in week 14, so if you're fighting for your life and you want bodies, I get it. I think you got decent value for it, but I still want Derrick Henry. Andrew, what are your thoughts?
I think that I think it makes sense just based on, look, I'm not going to come here and say, oh, you got to trade away Derrick Henry, but
no, but it's good value for Henry. Achane and Puka, you got a strong running back and you got a strong wide receiver, so you got value. But like trading Derrick Henry.
Do you think that Derrick Henry can do exactly what he did in the first half of the year in the second half of the year? I guess is my question to you. Exactly the same, so no fall off whatsoever.
Maybe a slight.
Well, but that matters though. That matters if it's not.
Honestly, no. I mean, like I said, the only thing that's really when you got to look forward, you got to figure out the bye week situation there with him. So, I mean, I can run through the schedule real quick with him and we can get a sense of that. That'll be fun.
It's not his schedule. I mean, like, it's really hard to park holes in a guy that, I mean, he's so touchdown. He only does score touchdowns, so it doesn't really matter what the schedule is.
He also gets massive amounts of volume at times.
He's actually averaging less than 20 touches per game. I thought
that's the secret to him not dropping off. So he's got Pittsburgh this week. Okay, tough matchup theoretically. Then the Chargers, the Eagles, the bye, and then the playoff schedule is the Giants, the Steelers, and the Texans. Well, that's pretty good. I mean, Steelers are tough, but again, that's going to be an all hands on deck kind of scenario. So I still want Henry, but I think it's a fair trade. Let's get to Shoemake. Hey, bros, is Kraft, J-Mo, Ridley, and overpay to get Kelsey? I think so.
I don't think it's an overpay. I mean, if you want the best tight end, I mean, who's the best guy in that deal?
Look, it's Kelsey, but I'm going to say this. Shoemake, if you are not starting J-Mo or Ridley any week and you're looking at your roster and these guys are just buried at the bottom, then basically you're just doing Kraft for Kelsey and you are setting your lineup and that's fine. So if the other wide receivers are DK, T. Higgins, Evans, Sutton, Pearsall, and Williams, see, here's the thing. I don't know what we're going to, when Mike Evans comes back, if Mike Evans comes back. Mike Williams just got 1 touchdown. Like, I don't want to run out and think that he is an answer. DK's been hurt. T. Higgins has been hurt. Like, this is kind of a tough sell for me just to upgrade at tight end, Andrew, with this roster.
I mean, I think that he's got depth. I like his depth.
Yeah, but none of them are playing. Like, DK is finally coming back now. So basically you're looking at DK, Sutton, and T. Higgins, hopefully, until Mike Evans comes back. If again.
Well, I mean, that's what they're betting on, though, right? Because you can't wait. Because if they have the trade deadline, then you can't wait for T and Evans to officially come back. But based on what we've heard about their injuries, they should be on track to returning sooner rather than later. So if this is your last chance to upgrade your tight end and get a tight end you really feel good about rest of the season, then I think Jameson Williams and really are fair to put in the trade.
You know what I do, Shoemake? I would take Kraft and I would take Mike Evans. And I would say keep J-Mo, keep Ridley, keep your depth, especially with 12 and 14 coming up in the bye weeks, and go ahead and move Evans and Kraft to get Kelsey. Give him the better wide receiver instead of the depth, because actually I think you need more depth right now. You need bodies right now, the way this group is healthy-wise. Q, hey, pros, trade away J.K. Dobbins and Devontae Smith for Terry McLaurin. You good with this?
Yeah.
Me too. Good. That's 2 for 2. That's an easy one. Let's go to K King, trade Lamar Jackson and K1 Jacobs, Goff, McLaurin, or Purdy. What? Yeah, we're doing it again here, where I know this makes sense in your heads, folks, but I want to answer your questions. Trade LJ for K1.
Kyler Murray, Jacobs. Okay. So I think it's
one of them for one of these?
I think it's 3 trades. He sees 3 trades. So one of them is Lamar, for Kenneth Walker and Josh Jacobs. The other one is for Jared
Goff
Goff and
and
McLaurin.
McLaurin.
And the
I
other
see,
one is
or
for
Purdy or CeeDee.
CD and Brock
No
Purdy.
to the last one for sure. I don't love any of these. I want Lamar Jackson.
The only one I would do would be the Kyler Murray one.
Murray and Jacobs.
Yeah.
See the Goff.
Joe?
Unfrozen. There we go. Now I'm unfrozen. We can get back to the show. It happens sometimes. It happens once in a while. All right, let's go to, let's see. Jesse here. I'm 9-1. Drafted McCaffrey. Thanks to you guys. I've stayed afloat. There you go. Trade
Flex.
Kittle and Darnold for Hurts. Kittle and Darnold for Hurts. Hawkinson is my backup. I'm good with this.
100%. Great trade.
Let's go. Let's go. All right, let's get to some other folks out here. Seth Webb, would you trade Kenneth Walker for either James Conner or Aaron Jones?
No. I would keep Kenneth
Agreed.
Walker.
Let's go to Dick Togo. Should I trade Josh Allen, Tyrone Tracy, Ray Davis for Breece Hall, Bo Nix? Did I get lambasted? Or I did traded Josh Allen, Tyrone Tracy, and Ray Davis for Breece Hall and Bo Nix. I don't love it. I'll be honest. I just want Josh Allen and Tracy. Like Breece Hall, theoretically, but I mean, till the Jets dig their head out of their rear end, it's hard to really get excited about it.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, we can't evaluate this trade until Breece Hall finds the end zone or doesn't find the end zone. Like, that's what it's going to come down to. You're going to feel good if Breece Hall finally scores touchdowns, and if he doesn't, then you're going to feel lambasted, unfortunately.
Let's go to Dorf. Got offered Tryeek and Brian Robinson for London and Dowdle. What side do you want to be on?
I will take the Reek and Brian Robinson side.
All right, there you have it. Now, look, we've got free stuff to give away here. Again, drop your comments below, subscribe to the channel, and you might win our latest giveaway from Trophy Smack. It's the Ultimate Championship Belt. That's right, 6 pounds of fantasy football glory can be yours, customized with your special designs wherever you want them. That's right. Thanks to our good pals over at Trophy Smack, the #1 destination for epic fantasy football tournament trophies. So how do you win this? Subscribe to the channel, Fantasy Pros YouTube, ring the bell till it goes ding for notifications, and drop your comments below during the stream or even after, and you could be the next winner of our latest Trophy Smack giveaway. Back to the questions. Gonzalo is up next. Gonzalo, trade away Dobbins and Tillman for Breece Hall. Now, this I would do.
Yeah. Yes.
This is a much better Breece Hall deal.
Yes, I would agreed.
Luis Gonzalez, need expert advice. Do I trade Rhamondre and Hopkins for Hall? I say no.
I think that's fine.
It's fine, but I don't know. I think I'd rather have the bodies, man. Give me the bodies. I don't see Breece Hall as being like Saquon's elite, Kyron's elite, Derrick Henry's elite. Do you think Breece Hall's elite, fantasy-wise, right now?
You just set me up to just have me say the sentence on record? Because, yeah, he's not elite.
He's not elite right now. I said it right now was the caveat. I'm not saying he can't be elite. When John Gruden comes in as the coach of the Jets next year, I'm sure he'll be fine. Chickens up next. Should I trade away Amari Cooper and Brian Robinson to get Aaron Jones?
No.
I don't know about chase hurt running backs, especially with Brian Robinson getting healthy.
See, I am so concerned about kind of Aaron Jones and James Conner with the clock striking midnight on these guys. Like, it seems like every week they're getting banged up, but then they come back and then they're okay. And then you're seeing their backups start to play better. And I get
that Benson game sent shivers down your spine. Nick, would you trade Pearsall for JSN and would you trade Pearsall and JSN for Debo?
Yes.
Yes, agreed. All right, 2 for 2. Let's go to Scott's question. Trade away David Montgomery and Tyreek Hill for Nico Collins. Ooh, man.
Yes.
I want to say yes because how good
fine.
Nico's been.
He's gonna be fine.
I think so. I think so.
Back.
I hope so. Pacey, trade away. Well, everyone's trading away Tyreek Hill. Everyone's had it. Now's the time to get Tyreek Hill, everybody. Trade away Tyreek Hill and Chubb for AJ Brown. You want to do this one?
Yes.
Me too.
Bye, Tyreek.
Aw, Tyreek. What a disappointing top 5 picks, eh? You know?
I mean, I didn't draft Tyreek, but I drafted Jalen Waddle, so yeah, sucks.
I'm just saying, like, CMC finally played 1 game. Tyreek Hill's been bad. What was else in there? There was another guy too in this like mix for the #1 spot. CeeDee Lamb obviously has not been fun, and it's not going to go well the rest of the season. Ryan S. Promigos need help. 4 and 6 trade Kamara, Jones, Hill, and Downs for Walker Waka for
Waka,
Walker,
Waka.
Puka, and Achane.
Okay, let's break this down.
I say yes.
Yeah. Yes.
I say yes. Full PPR too. Yes, let's do it. Let's go to Brandon. Got offer Derrick Henry for Hall and Devonta Smith. Yes, as long as I got enough wide receivers.
So you're getting Derrick Henry. Yeah. Okay.
Smash. Let's get Derrick Henry on the team. This is your boy Dev. Breece Hall for Tyreek Hill. There we go. This is the perfect circle. We have finally hit the nexus of the universe of this show, where every single trade has had one of these two guys. Now they have the same one. Both guys in one trade. So what side do you want to be on?
I'd rather have Breece than Tyreek.
Fair enough. All right, looking at the roster too, Achane, Gibbs, CMC. So they really don't need Breece with that grouping of running backs. Would you agree?
Yes. So then I guess
well, he also asks Gibbs for Nico. Would that be a better trade? Yes.
Trading away Gibbs to get Nico versus trading away Breece to get Tyreek.
I'd rather have Nico. He's your RB2 anyway. Whoever this guy is your RB2.
Why do
CMT's your one?
I feel like you have to trade away Gibbs to get Nico Collins, who hasn't played in like 5 weeks.
I guess here's the question.
That's a lot.
It's just, who do you want? Do you want Hill or Nico the rest of the season? I want Nico, and I'd rather do Breece for Nico, to be honest. Like, that's the deal I'd like to make. And I'd rather
I would just take any of my running backs and trade them for the best receiver I can get. If you can trade CMC to get Chase?
Well, I try. I don't know.
I mean, CMC came back. He got all the snaps.
Maybe Justin Jefferson.
Yeah, exactly. A bad game. Yeah. I think again, going back to think about more about your return and not about, well, I want to trade away the worst asset. No, you want to trade away what you can get the most for. No.
You're so prolific. All right, Kareem Jones, trade Sutton for Johnson and McConkey. Is that a good trade? Full PPR. Sutton for Swift and McConkey. Yeah, I like it.
I
don't think Sutton and McConkey are that far off rest of season. And you're getting Swift too. Yeah.
Seems like someone's really trying to dump off Swift.
It's fine.
But I just have issues acquiring Swift because if I have him, I'm going to want to start him, and I just don't like the Bears rest of the season.
Can only go up from here. Trade Amon-Ra and Rachaad White for Tracy and Nabers. I assume it's both of them. Amon-Ra and Rachaad White for Tracy and Nabers. That's a lot of Giants to be invested in. I think I'd rather keep the guys in Detroit and Tampa.
That's a good.
Sorry, Malik.
Good spin on it, Malik. Yeah, good perspective.
Offensive ecosystem, bro.
Too many Giants is already too many.
Two is too many. I mean, you have the only two that are good, but I just don't know. Like, I don't think
that
Locke cures everything.
I mean, if Locke has a bad game, like, you're gonna get crumbled.
If we even see Locke, who's to say we don't see Daniel Jones again?
I think we're gonna see Locke. I mean, Jones has like injury guarantee. It's the same thing with Russell Wilson last year. It's going to be unless Daniel Jones says, "Hey, we can restructure my contract so I can get hurt, so I can play," then he's going to get benched.
Josh wants to know Swift for Bucky.
Yes, times 1,000. Do it.
All right, Tom, trade Kareem Hunt for Evan Ingram. This is a good time to get out of the Kareem Hunt business.
Yep. Yeah, you're not going to get fully of what Hunt has produced, but he maybe is nothing in the playoffs.
And he might not be. Like, you have to understand too, if you can get Kareem Hunt on the real cheap, it might be worth keeping. Like, he might be worth having on your roster because there's no lock that Isaiah Pacheco comes back and looks great after a broken leg. There's no guarantee.
But he's going to play though. That's the issue. And Hunt needs all the opportunity he can get because he's not the uber efficient running back that he's been in the past. So
Tony's efficient. Tony Chan wants to know, hey guys, would you trade Kyron for Connor and Nabers standard? I'm 7-3. No.
I don't want Nabers anywhere near standard league. No shot.
And Kyron's like the standard league god.
I mean, he hasn't scored in back-to-back weeks. People are panicking on Kyron, even though he plays the Patriots
this week. The sky is falling. SM Productions, Sup Pros. Got Burrow, TP, Cook, Dowdle, and RB. Chase, Debo, DK, BTJ, and Tillman at wide receiver. Traded JSN for Warren. Is that too rich? Do I trade Tillman for Estimate? I don't like the second one. JSN for Warren is not the worst. I'd rather. No,
these are both bad trades. I'm sorry. There's too many acronyms, and these are bad trades. Sorry.
This is welcome to my life. I would rather do BTJ rest because I just don't know if Lawrence plays again. BTJ for Warren, I think, is more intriguing for me. Like if you're trying to help with your RB situation,
I'm
which
not.
it seems like
I'm not trading either of those guys for Warren. He's still the backup on the Steel. Like I don't
no,
know.
the schedule really favors the pass catching running back in the weeks ahead. Just saying.
I mean,
Kevin Norris, Zay Flowers for TJ Hawkinson. Yeah, in a vacuum, this is fine. I got no beef with this. Turtles beat Turton.
Interesting.
Turtles beat Turton. Who to flex? Nuke, Jakobi, or Waddle? Wait, nobody's called him Nuke in a long time.
Better than Turting Turtles.
Turtles beat Turton.
Who to flex? Oh man.
DeAndre Hopkins. Starting Hopkins, bro.
He's playing the Bills.
Yeah, it's Mahomes is an underdog, dude. Come on. This is like printing money. Let's go.
Pretty much is. I just imagine when
you don't get it very often. You get like 2 chances a year to print money on
It's got to be
Mahomes.
so funny when the sports books are like, all right, are we going to do this again? Are we going to make Mahomes an underdog? It's like, yep.
Let's make the undefeated Patrick Mahomes an underdog on the road against the Bills. Okay. Where do I sign up? And then it went from 1.5 to 2.5, and I was like, oh, let me bet it again.
Oh, it's 2.5 now? Oh,
yeah.
Man.
Yeah. Yesterday it went to 2.5. Seriously. Now, if we are not here to answer your question, don't forget there's always more help with My Playbook. Go to fantasypros.com/myplaybook or just download My Playbook, sync your leagues for free, and use the trade analyzer. This is one of your last chances here, the last week or so, to use this tool. So if you haven't already, download My Playbook, sync your leagues, and use it. The trade analyzer will help you make the right moves at the right time, whether it's dynasty, season long, redraft, doesn't matter. We'll be able to help you. Again, the trade analyzer, part of the amazing suite of tools over on My Playbook. Let's go to Awesome Dev, friend of the show. Hi, guys. I'm in a super flex, and my team has wide receiver issues. I have McLaurin, Tillman, Deontay, Amari, and Tank Dell. I would agree. Lamar, Wilson, and Mahomes. Okay, so there we go. The JJ team is 2-8 and needs a quarterback. Well, Wilson and Mahomes are past their bye, so if you want to straight up trade Lamar for JJ, I think that's the move to make. You play the QBs, you hope that he has a big game here, JJ, rest down the stretch, because then you got everybody past their buys.
Yeah, it seems pretty straightforward to me.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's the move. That's the only move you can make, bro. I don't know if Russell Wilson and Terry McLaurin gets it done. Plus, you have issues, so dealing another wide receiver is just going to set you back anyway. So
you can't. You only start 2 quarterbacks, and like you said, they already had their bye week. So
bigs for bigs, man. Let's go. Speaking of bigs, here's Shouty, 10-team 2 flex full PPR. Been using both Bowers, McBride's my tight end and flex, but now faced with the Lamb dilemma, should I trade one of those tight ends for a receiver or try to go get rid of Lamb? Why don't you put Lamb with one of those tight ends and try to get up to the JJ or the, that next tier of wide receiver that might actually be useful the rest of the season? That's what I would want to do.
Yeah, that makes sense to me.
Let's move up in the world. Next up here is Nick's question here. My dogs, PPR, wide receivers are Lamb, Ridley, Tillman, Waddle, and Nabers. RBs are Monty, Walker, ATN, Warren, Dowdle. Trade Lamb to upgrade at running back or wide receiver. Oh, man. I think I'm trying to just get the best player I can. I don't think it matters looking at this roster.
I think wide receivers. I think wide receiver is a bigger need, especially if you're trading away a receiver with Lamb.
But that's the tricky part. Lamb for London. Can you pull that off? Probably.
Lamb for Pickens.
Pickens is the sneaky one because he's been so good the last 4 weeks. Pickens is definitely the sneaky one. You might be able to get Pickens and
people. Yeah, we were talking about on the trade show Pickens and like Tracy for Lamb. Like that's a great deal.
If you could pull that off, that's terrific. But I don't know. That's maybe.
They're Lamb believers, man. It was the sun. It was the sun's fault. It's the sun.
It's the sun. It's all the sun.
The home field advantage did them dirty. The Dallas Cowboys.
Dallas Cowboys. What's it going to be like next year when Deion Sanders is the head coach and Shakir Sanders is the quarterback, and it looks like an AAU team?
It's going to be fun to watch. They may not win, but they'll be fun.
Is Deion? I feel like Deion is just like, it's like, yeah, I really enjoyed coaching my son. I'm just going to keep coaching my son in college, and then maybe in the pros, I'm just going to keep doing it. Just keep on. Can they trade Dak? Like, is he even movable with that giant contract?
I have no idea. I mean, I feel like every contract, there's always loopholes to get out of with injury things and
crazy stuff. Simon's up next here. Trade Chuba, Hubbard, and Pittman Jr. for CeeDee Lamb. I'm 6-4. My RBs are Bijan, Connor, Chuba, Bucky, Estime. Wide receivers are Wilson, Tillman, Pearsall. Trade Chuba, Hubbard, and Pittman for CeeDee Lamb. You know what? I'm good with this. I think you roll the dice with this one.
This is the again. If you're
This
going
is
to
the
buy
buy
low,
Lamb.
that's the buy low for Lamb. Yeah.
Carmigos. Hey Joe, Mr. Freezapia, and Andrew. Why am I
froze?
Oh, because I froze.
That's good.
It's funny. You're funny. Trade Kareem Hunt for Devonta Smith. Yeah, sure.
Yes.
I'm good with this one.
Yes. Do it up.
And look at it from Brazil. There you go.
Yeah.
It's definitely warmer in Brazil than it is in Jersey today. It's chilly today. The frost was on the pumpkin, so to speak. Oh, Turtles is back with another question here. Have McBride and Hawk keep both or trade one? Yeah, trade whoever gets you the best RB. I mean, that's at the end of the day. Because, I mean, McBride is good, but Hawkinson can be an asset down the stretch now that he's back for a couple weeks. So,
yeah. I mean, I like McBride rest of the season more, but if you get more from McBride, then
yeah, but if you get the better player, take him. Yeah.
Yeah.
George, Lamb and Pollard for Marvin Harrison Jr. and Tracy. Ooh,
yes.
It's
perfect.
There
trade.
we go.
Perfect trade, George.
I'd love to see Marvin Harrison Jr. have like a great 6-week run here.
He's going to win leagues. It's literally going to happen.
I hope so.
Marvin Harrison Jr. It's going to happen.
I hope so. Because I've got him in a lot of spots. And
it's going to happen.
I'm winning despite him most of the year. Tyler C. I am. It's true. What RB could I get for Cook and Adams? An RB for Cook and Adams.
You probably get Breece Hall.
I was gonna say
I don't know if you want to do that now, though. Like, I mean, I like Cook. I mean, Cook and Breece Hall have basically been identical, except Cook actually scores touchdowns.
Well, you've got Cook, Connor, Bucky, and Pacheco. I think you're just waiting this out, man. Like, this week's rough because you have no Pacheco, you have no Bucky, and no Connor. So I get it. Like, right now, you're kind of screwed because you need an RB. Pick up an Estime and stream him this week, or I mean, if anything, again, if you could put Cook and Evans together, Evans is the guy that I want to get rid of more than Adams. I really don't trust him coming back this year, especially if Tampa falls out of it. Like, what are we pushing for? You know, Mike Evans is an older player. I don't know if that's what I'm pushing for if I'm Mike Evans. Evans and Cook might be able to get you up to something decent. But again, it's hard to find people getting rid of running backs this time of year.
Yeah, because Cook is really in a weird like tier of running backs because he is very boom or bust, because if he doesn't score, like he doesn't end up having like those massive games. Like for me, I have to get up into the top tier, and I'm not sure that someone's going to deal that
for you. Joe Mixon? I'd consider that one.
I guess I'm just not crazy about, because I would want to use James Cook as a piece to get up to Saquon, Bijan, etc. But that's not. I just
don't know if that person's going to do it.
That's what I mean. So it's like I'd rather kind of just hold the pieces rather than move up like very, very slightly. Because again, you get like Josh Jacobs, right? It's like, well, like how much of an upgrade is James Cook to Jacobs? But then you're also giving Adams to make that move. No, I don't love it.
All right, next one here is from George. Bucky Irving for Devontae Adams. What side do you want to be on?
It depends on the receiver running back need. So I think both guys are buys.
How funny. We're at a place where they are the same to you. Devontae Adams. There you go. For more fun football chatter, make sure you join our Discord, fantasypros.com/chat. It's free. It's fun. It's where Out of Bounds and the Extra Point record every single week. So you can join us live for those shows before everybody else gets them, and you can get on them too. So go to fantasypros.com/chat, sign up for free today. And remember, if you're a premium user, you get access to a lot more channels over on the Fantasy Pros Discord and Betting Pros Discord too. It's there to help you crush all of your leagues. Let's go to Roy's question next. Roy, trade Hill and BTJ for Nico Collins. Yep. Yeah, that's the one. Forget the other trade. Not even worth it. Pops, trade Jaden Daniels and ATN for Tracy and Hunt. Love my other quarterback. Loves the other quarterback, so we're going with Love. Daniels for ATN and ATN for Tracy and Hunt. Ugh.
No, I don't want to trade for Hunt. I just,
no.
He's a depreciating asset.
Tracy, I want to get, but I agree. James, trade Achane for Nico Collins. Yeah, I'm good with that.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I'm done with the Dolphins. I hate the Dolphins. Done.
They won.
Over.
They won.
I don't care. I'm already over it.
They got the Raiders.
Doesn't matter.
And then the Patriots.
Doesn't matter. I'm getting offered Malik Nabers and Chubbs Hubbard.
I love this.
Chubbs Hubbard.
Week 11, we're just combining players together.
How is Chubb's Hubbard these days? So I got offered Malik Nabers and Chuba Hubbard for Nico thoughts. So Chuba and Malik for Nico Collins. It's pretty good value theoretically, but Nico's still the best asset. So as long as I would rather keep Nico unless you are dying at running back. If you're dying at running back, then this is a pretty good move to make because Chuba and Malik will probably be good enough.
Yeah.
I think that's my assessment here. Let's go to Schnallen, Tua, Jennings for Kyler Murray. Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Easy one. James is up next with a super chat. 14-teamer. Ooh. 6-4. Stafford, Hall, Walker, DK. Tillman, B. Rob, into flex. John was my tight end. Yuck. I have no trade appeal on my bench. Any suggestions for moves? Sorry if it's too vague. Well, James, it is kind of tricky. Just from the asset standpoint, look, you got B-Rob back, you got Hall, you got Walker. You have some RB depth here a little bit. Now it's a 14-team league, so I want to hang on to that. I think the advice I can give you right now, it seems like a 2 wide receiver league. You have DK, Metcalf, and Tillman. Now, DK coming back is really helpful. Without seeing that bench or knowing what's going on in a 14-team league, I'm sure that waiver wire is bare. If you're trying to get more bodies, perhaps selling DK and bringing back 2 other pieces, something lesser than DK Metcalf, that is something you could explore. It's just really hard off the injury to do that. Would you take, say, Devonta Smith and Khalil Shakir for him and spread it out a little bit?
I don't know if DK is the guy I'd want to do that. I think we go back to a trade we talked about before where you trade Breece Hall to get James Cook and Devontae Adams. Maybe that's the move that you make. So you're breaking down Hall into more pieces because Hall still has his bye week. So that's something you have to keep in mind if you're trying to accumulate more wins right now. But maybe breaking him off for a little downgrade running back to get another receiver might be a good move to make.
All right, James, trade Higgins and Minnesota defense. Oh, we haven't traded a defense in a while. For Marvin Harrison, DeAndre Swift, and Lockett. I really don't want Lockett, but Higgins for Harrison and Swift, and you're trading a defense. Yeah, I'm good with that.
I mean, I would just trade Higgins to get Marvin Harrison. So all the other pieces to me are, and then immediately trade DeAndre Swift away.
Defense. Yeah, it's fine.
I don't.
Bad Mac. You haven't seen Bad Mac in a while. 8-2, 3 wide receiver, 2 flex league. Would you trade JSN and JMO for Mike Evans? No, I would not.
I would. I'm not worried about
bullish on old people, dude. I hurt myself.
Did you say you wanted to buy Tyreek Hill or no?
I don't want to buy Evans.
Okay. Oh, well, you want to buy Tyreek Hill though? He's also old, and
he's on the field physically.
Yeah, but he's a decoy because his hand is messed up.
My hands fucking against the ball. Look at my hand.
he's out there with a cast on, and no one tells us that like one of his hands he literally can't use to catch the ball.
By the way, how are you doing after that ladder?
Oh, the legs got chopped off.
Rings. The worst part was you guys had to be feeling so good in the first opening series that what do you have, like 40 yards in the first
opener?
He had
55 yards in the first drive. So he already hit the 2 first legs and then he dropped that one pass. And then at that point I felt like my stomach dropped and I realized, oh no, this is going south very, very quickly.
I brought it to your attention and Welsh is in the chat. I said, hey, the new number for the over is 95.5. Maybe you should bet the under.
Should just at that point.
Just cover yourself. I mean, that's what I would have done. And guess
what?
I
had enough on
despite you two.
I had enough on the initial over just on his regular receiving yards that it was still profitable, but again, disappointing nonetheless.
Herbert's question here. You don't mean a lot of Herberts, not a lot of Herbs.
Only Khalil Herbert, Justin Herbert.
Yeah, it's last names. This is Herbert's first name.
Maybe his first name is
guy's
Roman.
named Herbert.
Maybe his first name's Roman and he's just going last name, first name.
I hope not. That would be very disappointing. Should I trade Hall for Harrison and Stevenson? Yes.
Yeah. So again, Hall is a guy I think that if you're not ready to wait around for him to produce, then you can break him off into 2
It's week 11. How much longer do we have to wait?
That is a very good point.
MG, I just got offered Ken Walker and Devontae Adams for Amon-Ra St. Brown. Should I accept?
He needs running back help because he has Swift and Pollard. And Pacheco. Like that's the rest of his running backs. I don't like that group. So yes, you need to get a running back. So Walker, yes, would be the move.
Andrew's question here: full PPR 2 or RB 2 wide receiver flex. Running backs are Jacobs and Bucky. Wide receivers Nico. Which deal is better? CD and Chubb for Kent Walker and JMO, or CD and Nick Chubb for Puka and Stevenson? I like Puka and Stevenson better.
Yes, I like Puka and Stevenson.
Or do you like Puka and Chuba or Chubb's Hubbard as now?
I like Stevenson more than Hubbard.
All right. Could you believe Chuba Hubbard got paid? Can you believe that? Like, what kind of backwards Carolina Panthers front office is this, where we're paying running backs in losing seasons? Why?
Because you feel. I mean, we don't feel bad because again, Chuba Hubbard got paid, so that's good, and he's a guy that's
great. I'm glad he got paid. I just don't understand.
I mean, they got money to burn. It's not like they're paying their quarterback any money or any of the receivers because they traded them all away. And they traded away all their players: DJ Moore, McCaffrey.
But why'd you draft Jonathan Brooks? Like, does he stink now?
I mean, that's really the big question here. Is like, why? What was the point of this? I don't know.
It's such a bad organization.
Like Kirk Cousins, Michael Penix thing, where they get the guy in free agency and then they fall in love with the guy in the draft, and then they realize, well, maybe we didn't have to do this.
Ismael sending Tryeek for Pickens and Bucky or Chubb. Sure, either whatever. Just do it. Pickens plus
whatever. Yeah.
Pickens plus. I mean, who would you rather have, Bucky or Chubb?
I want
Chubb.
Plus.
You want Bucky?
Oh, I want Bucky.
Yeah,
Bucky.
I want Chubb. After the bye, we're ready now. We're ready to roll. Should I trade Jordan Love, Ridley, and Brian Robinson for Jaden Daniels, Higgins, and Connor? Love, Ridley, B-Rob for Jaden Daniels, Higgins, and Connor. This is moving a lot of pieces. I think I'd rather just stay with what you have in the first group.
I think it's a good move. I think it's a
Connor's old. Upgrade. Higgins isn't playing ever. I'm a little worried about that.
Well, you're upgrading quarterback. I mean, Jordan Love has been banged up all year. So
Jaden
Daniels is an upgrade over Love, I think, even if it's only a little bit. Higgins healthy is better than Ridley, in my opinion.
True.
And Robinson and Connor is close to a wash, I would say.
Right.
Just a matter of which guy is healthy. So again, any guy can get hurt any week. So again, if all those guys stay healthy, I think you're going to be happy with the deal. And if they get hurt, then you were going to lose anyway. So
let's go to the Assassinator. 3-7 need to win out. You sure do. Got offer Jauan Jennings for Rachaad White. Much appreciated, fellas. Well, first
you don't want White.
I mean,
you can't take White because he's on a bye week. So you got
no. Yeah, he's gotten offered Jauan Jennings for Rachaad White. So just take Jauan and play him this week. That's what's happening.
Yes.
So yeah,
do that.
So, let's do it. Yeah. All right. Let's go to Michael's question. Trade Jameson Williams, Hunt, Cousins for Hurts, Chubb, Evans. Other guy is Lamar Jackson. is that one of the other Jackson 5 that I don't know? Lamar Jackson. I think it's Lamar. Yesterday, the spelling in the chat was so funny. Some of the worst things you've ever seen. It was so good. So good.
I'm cool with this trade. I like it.
Williams, Hunt, Cousins for Hurts, Chubb, and Evans. Yeah, again, Evans scares the crap out of me, but him and Hunter, both dangerous players to have. Let's go to Devin. Half PPR. I have Murray and Reed. He has Love and Harrison. Harrison for Reed. Who would rather have rest of season?
I would rather have Reed than Harrison.
I agree. I concur. Let's go to Lost One. PPR trade Devontae and Evans for JJ. Yeah, if you could do it.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Good luck with that. But yeah. Achane, Garrett Wilson, Otten for CeeDee, Taylor, and Bowers.
Gross. Oh, wait. No, wait. Yes. No. Oh, okay. There's a lot of pieces moving here. First, I thought it was gross.
Well, let's take them one at a time. Garrett Wilson or CeeDee Lamb rest of season?
Garrett Wilson.
Agreed. Achane or Jonathan Taylor rest of season?
Achane.
Well, then that's a no. Don't make this trade.
Close, though.
And then Otten for Bowers. I mean, Otten.
I'd rather have Bowers.
Yeah, I understand that, but that's 2-1. And how much different is Otten and Bowers? Bowers has 0 touchdown equity.
Bowers is way different than Otten.
0. Not in the last 3 weeks. They ain't.
Well, yeah, because Bowers was on a bye week, and Mike Evans hasn't been playing.
I'm going to prove this to you. I'm going to do this. Hold on. Research, Fantasy Pros, stats. Beep, bop, boop, bop, boop.
Mike Evans hasn't been playing. You think Allen's going to be the exact same when Mike Evans comes back?
No, because I don't think Evans is I think it's the Godwin piece. That's the piece that I think is the difference maker here.
I think it's still going to hurt Otten in some capacity.
Custom from week 9 to week 11. Here we go. I'll even put week 8. I'll give you a little bit more. Okay. Who's the number 1 tight end in fantasy football? It's Cade Otton. Otton.
And how many games has Mike Evans played?
0. I don't care. 12.4 fantasy points per game.
So it's not going to matter at all. Mike Evans comes back. You don't think it matters at all. Well, you also don't think Mike Evans is going to come back at all. So
I don't think Mike is going to come back. But on top of it, it's the Godwin role that he has assumed. And by the way, Brock Bowers over that same time, 8.2 fantasy points per game. This is a lock, bro. I don't think people realize how good Kate Otton's been.
You think rest of the season Otten outscores Bowers?
I think they're marginal. I think from a relative position value standpoint, it's marginal. And I think the other two pieces we already said were better. So why would I be making a marginal move for Bowers? Again, more theoretical. It's not like Gardner Minshew can't get benched again. I'll be your Huckleberry. Trade Otten. No, don't trade Kate Otten. Devontae Adams from Metcalf. Hawkinson's my other tight end. Can you trade Hawkinson and Adams for Metcalf instead? Let's do that.
Man, you are just all over Kate Otten.
What? 29 targets, 22 receptions, 193 yards, 3 touchdowns since week 8.
Okay, I just don't think that's going to sustain when Mike Evans comes back. Is that so crazy of a take?
There's only one tight end who has more fantasy points per game, and that is, again, I don't think it's the Mike Evans part. I think you're misreading what this offense has become now. Mike Evans will still be Mike Evans. It's the Chris Godwin role that had all that target share over the middle of the field in the slot where Kate Otten is eating right now. That, to me, is the difference maker. Breaking news, Commanders Brian Robinson Jr. is off the injury report. Yay! Hooray! Let's go to Pacey Knight. Trade away Tryeek and Chubb for A.J. Brown.
Yes. Easy.
This is a very sad one there. All right. So next up here, we have T-Man. Trade CMC Rico for Josh Jacobs and Nico. CMC and Rico for Jacobs and Nico. Yeah. I don't want to trade CMC now. If I wait all this time, I want to keep him now.
Well, maybe they're just trying to get out while the getting's good before he gets hurt again. Like, I don't know.
Well, look, the fact that you're telling me you're trading CMC and Rico must mean you're flush with running backs. And if you are, then fine. That's
but
fine.
You also are trading for another injured player. So.
All right, let's get to these last couple here. Donnie, I traded Brian Thomas Jr. for Najee Harris and Bucky Irving last week. Got the dub. I have a QB question. Goff, Love, or AR-15? Not AR-15. I play Goff against playing Goff this week over Love. As much as I love against the Bears, Goff against the Jags, I just can't say no.
Oh yeah, no, you got to play Jared Goff. Easy.
All right. Here's another one real quick from Michael. Trade Puka and Kelsey for Saquon and Laporta. I have Hawkinson on the bench. RB room is Bijan, Swift. Wide receiver room is Devonta Puka and Pickens and McLaurin. Puka and Kelsey for Saquon and Laporta. Yeah, I want to get Saquon. Yeah, I'm good with that. Get Saquon. Yeah, always get Saquon. That's the right answer. Okay, no more questions. Don't put any more super chats because we're not going to be able to answer them. So stop. Trade away Garrett Wilson for Swift and James Cook and Marvin Harrison. Yes. Yes. And last one here. Offered Barkley and Ridley for Kamara and Nabers.
I don't want to trade away Saquon Barkley, even if it seems like a fair deal with Kamara. I mean, he's one of the best schedules rest of the season. I just don't want to trade away Saquon Barkley.
Last one, trade Nabers, Chuba, Ridley for Rashad White, Kupp, and Higgins. I want the Nabers, Chuba, Ridley side.
Agreed.
All right, there you have it, everybody. For more help, make sure you go to fantasypros.com/myplaybook, use the trade analyzer, and if that doesn't work, then find one of the analysts and hit us up over on our Discord, fantasypros.com/chat. And if all of that does or doesn't work, it doesn't matter because you can still win free stuff, including the latest giveaway from Trophy Smack, the Ultimate Championship 6-pound belt. Again, subscribe to the YouTube channel, drop your comments below, and ring the bell till it goes ding. That'll do it for us. But the story of the game goes on. For Andrew Erickson, I'm Joey P. We'll see you next time, kids. Everybody's trading CeeDee Lamb and Tyreek Hill. What a shame.